Hello, Periscopers. It is I, Kathleen. Today's Periscope. Oh, don't fall. I thought I had this thing in here. So today's Periscope is all about men, of course. How to be a better, how to not be, how to not be like your daddy. So look, I know there are millions and millions of men out there wondering, what can I do to do things differently, to have a different outcome in my life, to experience the joy of life with family, right? So I thought I'd put this little something together. I actually posted it on Periscope, and I'm going to upload this to YouTube as well. So anyway, let's get in, because I don't think that a lot of you guys really understand how simple it is to live your greatest life and have your best and greatest experience as a husband, a father, and a lover. I don't think we've grasped the concept of how easy it is to fulfill all three of these roles. And I know you're saying, like, how can a woman be coaching a man? Well, I'll share a little secret with you. God already told me I can't teach you anything, but you can certainly learn from me, right? Proof is, Mary carried Jesus. She brought Jesus into the world. Proof is, you were solely, almost solely educated by females in the academic system, even when you went off to college. So women have a lot of intelligence, a lot of knowledge that we can share with you. And I'm one of those people who want to share knowledge. So we can all learn from each other's experience. So don't take it lightly that I'm a woman. So here we go. And I got this straight off my Instagram because I posted it on there. So you can go back and watch the Instagram. Well, I posted on Instagram, you can read it. And then I upload it to YouTube. So anyway, it says here, this is Family First Fridays, by the way. So thank you for joining me every Friday. I'm going to bring you tips on how to be that family you truly deserve to be. And so, hey, we're going to get back into husband, father, lover, which coincidentally, at the same time, in parallel form, you're going to be a leader and you're also going to be a follower. So you're going to be, welcome to Periscope. This is Kathleen on my channel here at Periscope. So today, how not to be, right? How not to be like your daddy, right? Just as they say, keeping it real. So thank you for joining me. So anyway, so there are three things that, as a man, that you need to be in parallel. Those three things are a husband, a father, and also a good lover. So I'm just going to kind of touch on these things. But at all times, in fulfilling all three of these roles, and we're talking about family. So of course, as a family, you're going to be a husband. And of course, as a family, if you're blessed to have children, you'll be a father. And of course, how you going to be a father if you ain't no lover? You got to be on that love thing. So, leader, and you're always going to be a follower. Simultaneously, you're always going to be learning something new, and you're always going to be learning it from someone else. And then when you apply those things, that makes you a constant or consistent leader. So as a father, husband, lover, you'll always be a leader. And you'll always be a follower, because you'll always be implementing new principles, new things that work in your life. So I know, it's a funny thing, because some men, in my experience, 6 brothers, dated quite a few people, long-term relationships, married twice. I kind of figured out some things about men. They're very afraid. They're very afraid. They're very afraid of life. And not all men, but they have, just like women, sometimes we just have this fear in our gut, So they're very afraid. So a lot of times, with 80% of homes being single parent homes, we have to figure that something is wrong. And I blame the men. I really do. Oh, don't get mad at me. I blame the men. So, and I'm just going to leave that out there. Okay? I love you, man. I stay lifting you up. I really do. But we need to learn how to be the family. I call it the God plan that God designed us to be. And we can't do that if men don't learn how to fulfill these three roles as husband, lover, and father. Right? So anyway, moving along. So, are you afraid you're going to be like your daddy? A no good, abusive, lying, drug head, alcoholic, a cheater, manipulator, a con man, a wife beater, mean, savage, lazy, bitter, mad, and his dad. Yet, he is your grandfather's carbon copy. Have you ever kind of looked at yourself and was like, man, I'm just like my mom. Man, I'm just like my dad in so many ways. That's what I mean. Think about your father, especially if you came from a single parent home. If you came from a great home, good for you. He left your mama broken, struggling. He abandoned you and your siblings. He never was involved in your life. And I've heard this story even from people in my own experience. My father only lived a few miles away from me, but he wasn't involved in my life. I've never seen him at a game, never seen him at an award ceremony, none of that. So even though he left your mama broken, struggling, abandoned you and your siblings, how is it possible for you to experience all of that pain, all of that trauma, all of those not feel so good moments, and then you turn around and be that same type of person? So what's going to make your outcome different? What's going to make your family different? What's going to make you and your wife stay together? What's going to make you stay in the house with your children? What's going to be different about you? The only thing that's going to be different is what you do differently. People think life is so complicated. It's really not. It's all about your behaviors. It's all about what you do. So what do you need to do to change and take control over your life, so you don't end up with that same result? Or if you had a great result with your parents, how do you even make that better? Or better yet, how do you filter that into other young men who never had that great experience? So here it is. Have you observed the failing parts of your parents? This can go for male or female. Not that you can call them out on it, because we're not getting disrespectful. This is not about making them change or getting them straight. I just want you to take a deeper look at you. Life's a funny thing. Behaviors are learned. DNA is a reality, but change is solely up to the individual. Studies have shown that alcoholic children have a predisposition to become alcoholics. However, I got to call you out on that, because this is not about making, like I said, your parents change. It's about individuals' behavior. So they said studies have can kind of indicate, that if your father or mother was alcoholic, they kind of look at it like, hey, more than likely you will be too. They call it predisposition. So look that word up, Google it if you don't know it. Just like they say 80% of single parent children will be single parents. So are they single parents because their DNA has single parent status in it? Or because they are having sex? Because sex is the only thing that can get you pregnant. So does drinking alcohol make you an alcoholic, or does your DNA make you an alcoholic? So here's the thing. If you want your life to change, all you have to do is change your behaviors. It's not in your DNA. It's not in your DNA. This is your DNA. I inherited this big nose. I love my nose. You put a little prime on it. I inherited my skin tone, my lips, my features. I inherited that. My education, my intelligence, whatever. How much of that is DNA? My eye color, things like that. But other than that, it's your actions that are going to determine the results of your life. So here you are. If you want to keep your family structure whole, you have to learn the law of application. You have to learn the law of changing your behavior. Because nothing is going to make your life anything except for what you do. So is there a predisposition? Can you say because my dad and mom broke up, that's what you're looking forward to? When there are so many things you can apply, right? And not end up that way? And this is what I love. I love it when one person does something. When one person is successful in changing their life and doing things differently and having a different income. When one person does something to break the mold, right? Because for goodness sake, if your father was abusive, like Chris Rock and Rihanna saw her daddy beating the stones out of her mama, and then here they two in the car fighting like, you know, Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali got caught in the backseat of a car. Why are they doing that? Are they doing that because they had a predisposition? Or are they simply doing it because they didn't learn how to apply different behaviors? So when it comes to your family structure, you are the one that's in control. You have to develop new ideas, which nothing's new under the sun. You have to implement what you haven't seen at home. If you want that better result, you have to go out there and learn new material, new ways of behaving. You have to adopt, you have to adapt, you have to change. And that's solely on you. On you. It's solely on you. There's no excuse. That's kind of pretty much all I'm trying to say. There's really no excuse. Everybody knows why marriages end, right? We know. You cheat, you lie, you steal, you're abusive. Yeah, you're going to get a divorce. Nobody's going to stay with you. She might stay with you for a little while, and God forbid you kill the lady. But you might stay with her for a little while or whatever. But eventually she's going to leave you. Or you're going to leave her, whatever. You know, the father role. Everybody knows what they need to do. If you're a father, you're supposed to love your children. Bible says a good man leave an inheritance to his children. So that means you need to be straight, working hard, and smart in order to leave a blessing for your children and your children's children. And then the lover part. How do you fulfill being a lover? Being a lover is more than just getting in the bed and getting your freak on and making love to each other. Being a lover means that I can trust you. That you are my physical sex partner only. Point blank and period. That's what a lover is. A lover is someone you can trust. I need to be able to trust you to lay my head in your chest and rest in it. Have peace. Know you're mine and I'm yours. That's what being a lover, that's just a little bit. So, when one child does not follow the footprint set before them, they break the mold. They prove it is behavioral or mental. It's a choice. Why are you afraid to make the best choice? Why are you afraid to not be like your daddy? Unless he is a good old faithful hard-working man. Well, in that case, follow in his tracks. Thanks for joining me on Periscope. This is Kathleen. Mary Jane and Company. She makes these fabulous units. You should, Sunday it'll be tight curl, but I kind of just want to like rock this, Diana Ross. So, but anyway, thanks for joining me. This has been my Periscope. Bye-bye.